Welcome back, everybody. Tonight is time for a special event. You know, occasionally something will happen that is cataclysmic. It will cause the tectonic plates to shift and the world changes in a substantial way. And well, tonight is that night when the Giles McCoy and Mike audio architects come again together to talk about the world's most wonderful thing, the Cedia 2024. Mike, welcome to the show, man. How are you?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. I'm a little pumped over here.
I'm trying to join the chat as... There we go. I just changed my name so many times I don't even know.
I know how that is.
Don't even know
I'm
how
the
to get
same
there.
exact way.
There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, good, buddy. How are you?
You know, I don't think I can be better. Although I guess if I slept more, I could be better. Because it's been a rough few days with not very much sleep going on.
Dude, you look thinner.
Oh, dude, I'm like way skinnier. Let me suck my cheeks in.
You still got a big old head, but you look thinner.
Yeah, big old head, no hair. Yeah, it's pretty shiny too. I got that light right above me.
I've gotten a bit gray since the last stream.
Dude, you're like all
I'm thinning too, dude.
What's that guy's name? Vanilla Ice haircut with the gray in the front.
Yep. So
Mike, baby.
Where are all your followers at, brother?
Well, these late night Sunday things usually don't have a lot of people jump on as that.
Oh my God. What just happened?
You just posted on all my different things.
How many things do you have running?
A lot. Just like my backup channels and stuff. Like I have a backup channel just for live streams and backup channel for unboxings and.
All right, well, I'm not gonna talk anymore on there because that's crazy.
I have a lot of stuff going on, but the stuff that we got going on tonight though is Cedia 2024.
Yep.
And we were both there, and for folks that don't know, you know, we're both local in Colorado, so this show is easy for us to get to, and we both spent quite a bit of time there. I was there all 3 days, and Mike, you were there what, two days?
Yeah, Thursday and Friday.
Right on. Yeah, Saturday was very sparsely populated. Not a lot of folks there. It's pretty thin. But man, I tell you what, there was some cool stuff at this show, and some stuff that wasn't all that cool, kind of regular stuff. But a lot of things that kind of tooted my horn. How do you want to do this? You want to go through the ho-hum stuff first and then get to the best of show kind of things at the end, or what do you think the best way to talk through this is?
Well, just overall, in direct comparison to last year, I thought this year was much more organized. If that makes sense, organized as in things just felt a little bit more that they flowed better throughout the landscape of the show. So floor plan wise, I think things were where they were supposed to be a bit better than they were last year. Last year was kind of like big thing here, little thing here, big thing here, crazy thing here.
Yeah.
And I also thought that last year it was taking forever to stand in line, wait in line for these demonstrations in the sound rooms. This year, man, I unfortunately, I only heard 3 sound rooms this year, and I think the longest I waited was maybe 15 minutes. So
that's good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. Like I said, I thought it flowed better. It was more organized, better security, better everything overall. I think they're starting to learn how to do this show now.
Well, I think there was a management change, right?
I'm not sure.
Somebody, like some company, bought it, and now that's what led to them being in Denver indefinitely as opposed to moving around. So you might be touching on the new crew kind of taking over. Maybe I don't know what the details are about that.
Now, one thing I did feel last year, tons more glitz and glam. Like I'm just going to shoot a few examples out there. Last year, Barco had a really, really cool setup where you took a clip of their setup, clip went viral because it was such a cool, unique setup. That didn't happen this year. Um, we were Hisense had this huge, ginormous setup last year. They weren't even there.
No, they were there, but it was like in the very back, and it was like not a big booth. It was like just like a table, right? Just
That's how
just a
apparent.
table.
Apparently, that's how apparent they were to me because I didn't even see them.
Yeah, it was tiny. I walked by them one time.
Now, and then for the sound rooms, tons of hype last year. Tons of hype. Like the sound rooms were the buzz of the whole um, convention. This year, I didn't have one person come up to me and say, "Hey, did you hear? What's his name's sound room? Or did you hear what's his name's sound?" Nothing. Nothing. Crickets, dude. So those
Yeah.
were the thing. I think those were the huge contrasting comparisons from last year. Last year was heavy on the sound rooms, heavy on the chaos, long lines, but a bit more Vegas style, if that makes sense. This year was more organized, more conservative, a bit more toned down, not as crazy. But yeah, that's I mean, those are the kind of big changes I saw. A lot more people, I think, this year went to the show. I'd have to get the data and the facts from last year, but in my opinion, I saw a lot more people this year. So
Right
that
on.
was pretty much it. I think the food situation was the same, kind of the same from last year. I remember you and I got lunch last year. We didn't have time to get lunch this year,
Yeah.
so for good reasons. But I think the food situation was pretty cool. The food court or whatnot. I love the fact that they had a secondary place to get coffee, even though the coffee at the secondary place wasn't
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 very
that
good.
good. Wasn't very good, but Dazbog always does, a satisfactory job with coffee there at the show. A little expensive, but whatever. We're at the show, right?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I just paid $15.50 for a can of beer yesterday at a concert, so it's not like $7 for a coffee is
You can
really
handle it.
gonna
You
affect
can
me.
feel
Yeah.
the pain's not
So
gonna kill you.
now that was my opinion. You tell me what you thought. It kind of in the same in the same sense.
Right on. So, the I like the layout better this year than previous years for sure,
Mhm.
and that really has a lot to do with the sound rooms all being on, like, when you come in the front, they were all on the right-hand side.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember in the past, though, the convention center, the area, it continues on in the back further. So this show was smaller, so all
Mhm.
the area in the back wasn't used, um, and a lot of the area on the left side wasn't used either, so it was compressed down, but I did like the way that the sound rooms are all on the, right-hand side together. Now there were lots more what I, consider smaller sound rooms sprinkled throughout the venue, which was cool, but I like the big ones, the primary ones being all together. Um, it felt a little more subdued, I agree. It wasn't, as big and fancy. Like, the LG booth was, like, kinda small. Um,
Yeah,
the
don't you remember last year with the LG booth? Sorry to interrupt you, but
yeah,
I just wanted to interject on the LG booth. Last year, you and I both did a walkthrough. Now, this year I didn't have time to do a Sony or LG, anybody. Well, actually, I did one walkthrough with TCL, and that went very well. I'm really impressed with their stuff. But so LG last year just kind of had like a almost a maze where you go through it. Now Samsung was huge. Samsung still had a big layout,
yeah.
big situation, but they didn't have that many TVs. You're right, toned down is the right word for it. But yeah, LG definitely did not have as big of a presence as last year. Sony, I think, stepped it up this year. And I regret not listening to the Sony Wisdom Audio mashup. I heard that was really, really good. So
That was the best thing at the whole show for me. The
Sony,
Sony Wisdom
yeah,
mashup.
I definitely regret that. I wish I could go back and redo that. But as I mentioned, I mean, I was on a time crunch. I only had a finite amount of time, and I had tons of clients that needed to be worked with. So yeah, man. I hope I think next year I'm gonna try to go on Saturday as well. So Saturday can kind of be my fun day, to where I can kind of just go and listen to everything that I didn't get a chance to or whatnot, and focus Thursday, Friday on client work. So
Yeah. Well, to kind of finish out the thoughts from before, um, smaller attendance seemed okay. The typical big dip in people on Saturday, because this is primarily business to business, right? So this isn't like CES, which is a consumer focused show. This one is mostly designed to be B2B, and all the B2B folks, they just want to go home. They're like, I don't want to work on the weekend, and this is work. So it was really quiet on Saturday. Uh, Thursday, Friday, busy.
mhm.
Um, Lots of after hours events going on. So that was good. A number of companies had offsite venues. I guess they didn't want to pay what would have been 100,000 plus to, between the floor space and then the booth expense and the moving and all the stuff. It cost a lot to have a spot in here. So a lot of places just, they got a hotel room across the street or whatever, and it costs way less. So there was that stuff going on, but there was still a lot of cool stuff to see. And I was very happy to see TCL there. This is the first time they've ever been at Cedia. So that was exciting. You can go and they'll have a humongous booth at CES, and they'll have all their stuff. Their tablets and their phones and their refrigerators and their microwaves and all their TVs and stuff. Here it was just televisions and just televisions. I think, right?
Mhm.
I think that's what TCL had. But yeah, it was good. I didn't get to eat lunch any of the time I was there, so I have no idea how the food was. I saw it was
Yeah.
there, but I didn't check it out.
I made it off coffee and cigarettes all week. So
Yeah. My diet was bottled water and free beer that they had. That was good.
that's
Um,
funny. Usually I would have been, I mean, let's say what, 2019, that would have been my booth. But yeah, this year, like I said, I didn't have time for anything really.
yep, I hear you.
But
Yeah,
my feet still hurt. Um, Now, like I said, the layout was more responsible this time, so getting from point A to point B wasn't as hard. Um, and I mean, overall, I kind of liked the companies that were there. Everything had its purpose. But you were right. I think what we're facing here is, I think prices went up considerably from last year. So I think that's why a lot of companies pulled out or didn't show up, or chose not to have a physical booth. 'Cause I saw a few companies that were there, but they were there more in spirit than had a booth, um, which makes sense. I mean, I don't know how much they're charging. I mean, I'd have to do some investigative journalism to figure it out, but I'm sure it wouldn't be impossible to ask a few people we know and find out how much the pricing was. But it has to be a considerable amount more for a ton of companies didn't show up. So as you said, the left side was completely bare. The back end of the show was completely bare. And I remember last year vividly that there was a lot more floor space taken up. So
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
It's still a good show. So, as people have questions, please post them in. And for folks that are just joining us, we are doing our recap of Cedia 2024. Mike and I were there, and we put a lot of miles in. So if you have questions, please let us know. First one from Sci-Phonics. Hey, man, audio. Talking about the sound rooms. Were they isolated from each other? That it was not too distracting in booths? So maybe I don't know if that's specifically about the sound rooms or just in general. In general, you the no, there was not a lot of isolation, and you'd be in one booth and you'd hear the music going on, and the other one, you'd be close. Anybody that was close to SVS was had constant bass hum throngs, all the time, because those
Oh,
dual
dude.
PB17s were going nuts, and
Honestly, I could have heard I could have heard Origin Acoustics pro audio demonstration probably from Colfax down the street. Like honestly, it was insane. Like I heard it, I was rows and rows down. I was walking through and I heard this like crazy, really good sounding situation. As I got closer, it just got louder. And like, honestly, like whatever they were doing felt like a stadium style situation. It was phenomenal. If I had a huge nightclub or something like that, I mean, obviously Origin Acoustics would probably top my list to call. But yeah, as far as distracting goes, the whole show was distracting. Like there was earthquake. The earthquake booth had bass going like constantly. Just everything was rumbling. Um, that yeah, you mentioned the SVS booth. That they had their stuff going. It was crazy, man. It was really insane.
Yeah,
Hold on,
I agree.
he followed up. If you want to post that up,
Yeah, so
I guess I mean the Trinov and Wisdom like built rooms for demos. Um, the
well, what's
built
your opinion?
rooms.
I'll tell you mine.
Well, the sound rooms were isolated. I didn't. There wasn't any cross contamination of sound between the sound rooms that were kind of shoved into the right corner. Because okay, so what happened was the majority of the sound rooms are shoved in the right corner. There was like 5 or 6 of them in a row, and then a couple sprinkled throughout the show, but not as prominent as it was last year. Now, the Wisdom paired up with Sony, and Sony had the same spot as they did last year, front and center, right there in the front of the place. And they had their, I couldn't hear anything outside their sound rooms. Everything was soundproofed fairly well. If they weren't, I mean, obviously the ones that were being disruptive were the ones that were out in the open and just wanted to get attention, which was fine. I mean, that's the point of the show, is to turn some heads. But yeah, as far as the sound rooms over there, I couldn't hear one or the other between each other, so I think it was just fine. I didn't get to hear Trinov. I only heard 3 sound rooms. I heard Alcon's room, Accurus room, and Ascendo room, which were kind of obviously my top, the Accurus and Alcons. I personally know them, and they're very good people. So I wanted to respect them and show them support. And the Ascendo, I just really like Ascendo products, so I really wanted to hear that. Aside from that, I didn't have time to hear anything else, unfortunately. But like I said, next year will be a totally different setup for me.
Yeah, so my point of view is pretty similar to yours. When you're inside of the different sound rooms that were over on the right hand side, the mids and highs were isolated out pretty good. There are walls. There's they're not stuffed with absorbent material or anything, but outside of the rooms, the bass leaked out into the rest of the stadium, convention center. But it wasn't too bad in between the rooms. But the other rooms that were outside of the sound rooms, yeah, there was very little containment, and it just whoever was playing it the loudest, you could hear it all over the place. Um,
Yep.
yeah, and for the sound rooms, there was the first one was the K array room, and I don't. They just did like one demo every hour and a half or something. So like
Who
I don't even know
who
how to
is
get
this?
K array. It was the very first sound room in the very far right bottom corner. Then that's sound room 2. Then sound room 3 after that is what they called the Ascendo room. I didn't get to hear that one. Then the Seymour Screen Excellent room, sound room 4. That one I
That
did hear.
that's the one I went to because it
Yeah,
had all Ascendo stuff.
yeah,
And
it was it was
I
good.
should have gone to the next one, to 3, but I didn't have time, so I just did 4 because theirs took a little while. The only thing I didn't like about I know we haven't gotten into sound rooms yet, but
Well, we
just
could just do talk through them now. Let's just talk through
okay.
we'll do the ones on the right hand side. So K array and Ascendo, sound room 2, sound room 3, we got nothing. So sound room 4, go ahead.
Oh, I thought they ran through the demos a little quick for me. I think there was much to be desired as far as their choices in demos weren't exactly like, okay, show me what you got kind of thing. It was more, it was just very safely curated. So um, it sounded great. The seating was fantastic because they were using an exotic seating company from Italy.
Alluvia.
Yeah, which was fine. It was comfortable. It was nice. It was a good demo. Wish they would have just made it a little bit longer, a little bit more impactful content for their demo. The screen's fantastic. Seymour Screens always has really nice stuff. And the screens that they use in the Alcon's room were absolutely phenomenal as well. Now, the one that stole the show for me was the Alcon's room, plain and simple. Alcon's room was phenomenal. They had a few shortcomings last year. This year they corrected everything for me. Not, the bass was on point, the clarity was great, the impact was good, the choices in content were fantastic. They let the actual demo run a little bit so you can actually get a feel for you're actually I was actually getting into the movie they were playing. Obviously, they played Dune 2, which is one of my favorite movies now of all time. And they let it play a little bit, so you can actually get into it. I was like, kind of like, hey, stop. I want to continue, I honestly could have watched a movie very comfortably and enjoyed it thoroughly with the sound and video setup they had there. I think best in show for me. Maybe if I would have seen Sony, my opinion would have been different. I don't know. But from what I saw, that was what did it for me.
Right on. So yeah, so for me for the sound rooms, I didn't hear K-Ray, I didn't hear Cindo, I heard Seymour, I heard Alcons, I didn't hear Dyne Audio, I didn't hear the Storm Audio Sound Room 7, and I did hear Accurus, Ergon, and Sound Room 9, and I
Mhm.
thought they were all very good. Um, I'll take a slightly different point of view on the Alcons audio. I would have gone with slightly shorter demos because they were like 6 minutes long clips or something. I mean, they were
Mhm.
they were long. Although I do really like the mix of content. The Dune clip was amazing, and then they had the concert with the classical
Mhm.
music, which was amazing. And I will say that I 100% agree with you that the room this year was 100
Leaps
times better.
leaps and bounds,
Yeah,
leaps and bounds.
so much better than last. I mean, it was really, really good. And that's, I asked about that while I was there. I'm like, wow, it's really good this year. And they're like, yeah, we released our new speakers that are designed for this kind of thing better, blah, 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 blah. And I have a video coming out about that, and they talk about it. And this is legit serious stuff. I mean, Alcon's has always been really good in the large, like, concert arenas and like commercial movie theaters and all that kind of stuff, and with the line arrays and all that stuff. Well, now their small theater stuff is even more legit. The Accuracy and Aragon was solid. They haven't had a sound room in a very, very long time, and they are bringing the heat with their Act 4 20 channel processor now. Yeah, lots of good stuff. So they're making some big moves and in the 2 channel world. So that's exciting for me. The Seymour room, very good. Movie seating, very nice. The Seymour screen, he had his four-way masking screen there that was being triggered from the new version of the Lumigen.
Mhm.
So they picked content to show that off, right? So this is Chris's room. So the room is really all about the screen, and everything else is just kind of ancillary to it. Even though it's the Ascendo and everything else that was in there. So they start out with the first clip was the Creator, and the Creator is like the widest, skinniest movie that's been made in the last 20 years or something.
Mhm.
It's like two like a scope screen is 2:4 to 1, right? And like 16,
Mhm.
you have 16 by 9. Let me see if I can do this. 16 by 9, and then you get like 2:4 to 1, and the Creator is like 2:7:6 to 1 or something. Anyway, it starts with that when it all masks, and then they do like they had the DC Justice thing that was all like super tall, and so that's really why they chose the content that they chose for that room, which was good. It really showed off the screen.
You wanna hear something crazy?
Yeah.
So, the Creator was shot on the Sony FX3, which is the bigger or the more expensive daddy, but extremely comparable to the FX30 I got, and I thought that was crazy. The fact that because I mean, the FX3 and the FX30 share a lot, and they're not like, it's not like, comparing a Black Magic or a Red to something like this. This is more on I think they created this more for a budget, um, for a budget-friendly cinema great experience. But the fact that they shot it on
Mhm.
something like this, I mean, it's the same body, it's same everything. Something like that is insane to me, that they used something like that and got the results they got.
Yeah.
So,
I really like
um,
the creator. I saw it in the theater and then I saw it at home. In the theater, I enjoyed it much more. At home, um, it feels like they really accentuated the grain, the fake grain that they put in, too much, because I don't remember it being that grainy in the theater, but at home, it was super grainy, and I really
well,
didn't
I
like
mean, these things aren't that great in low light, so it might have
maybe maybe that's what it was.
it might have been it might have just not been, artificial grain. It might have just legitimately
Just
been
just just like,
a
what do they
a
call it?
high
Noise,
a
uh,
nice high ISO,
ISO noise
man.
or whatever. That maybe.
Um,
So
we had a new comment on there, the crypto.
yeah,
Um,
Nuclear Crypto, did they have, new model TCL TVs? You wanna answer
they
that one, Mike?
did. They had the very first, I think, 118-inch,
115.
a 115-inch consumer TV, like beautiful, beautiful, amazing. I mean, the colors were vibrant and dynamic, contrast was beautiful. TCL is definitely the future, I think. So, yeah, yeah, that's where I'm
They're
at with
bringing
that.
they're bringing the heat. There's no doubt. MFK Home Theater says, "I should go to shows again. I haven't been to any since 2013." Yeah, dude, 14 or 11 years? Time to check out the world, man.
Think
Get
it's
out. That's all
think
you
it's time.
you only live
No,
once.
I only usually go to one show a year, which is Cedia. I wish more things came to Denver, but after this year, 2025 is going to free up a little bit of time for me, so I might venture out and do some other shit, but I don't know yet.
Oh, I love the shows. I can't stay away. Um, all right. So to just touch on the sound room stuff, though, outside of the official sound rooms, lots of others are out there, and I do want to take some time to talk about the Sony Wisdom Room. Mike's already touched on it, but for me, the Sony Wisdom Room was absolutely amazing. I mean, it was amazing, and the primary thing that stood out to me was that they had their um, uh, crystal LED wall there, and it was 100 and I don't know 60 something inches or 200 inches or anyway, and it's like $250,000 or something ridiculously expensive, but it is the most beautiful display I've ever seen in my entire life in a theater setting.
Hmm.
There nothing has ever touched it. It was stunning,
I bet the
stunning.
dude, I bet the folks that are spending $250,000 on it today are going to be kicking themselves in the nuts 2 to 3 years down the road when it's probably a tenth of the price. But dude, I've heard, all I heard was great things about that room, dude. All I
Yeah,
heard was great things.
the price will come down. I don't know that
Well, how
performance will
was
go
the
up that much.
sound? How was the
Sound
sound?
was great. Wisdom is awesome. People always complain, "Oh, I need my speaker behind the screens and blah blah blah." And that's legit. I mean, that's like the traditional way to do it. But I can't imagine anybody having any pushback on the sound coming out of this Wisdom system in there because
I
it was
really,
spectacular.
I really regret not seeing it. I wish I would have.
Yeah, it was spectacular. Well, they'll be back again next year, and I'm sure it'll be even better.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, it was really good. And their other demo room was fine too. I don't remember anything about it at this point. You can watch my Sony video and get details inside of there. But um, but I mean, the Wisdom Room just, I mean, I don't know if I could have any one system transplanted into my home, it would be that one.
Yeah, I was actually not impressed whatsoever with Sony's setup last year. Um, Compared, well, from what I heard from this year. So, uh, last year it was just okay at best.
Yeah, well, last year they were trying to, at least in one of the rooms, they were trying to push just like low end consumer equipment. And if you were kind of listening to that in a vacuum, not with all this other stuff around you, you'd probably be like, "Oh, it was great," right? But when you come from $1 million demo room and you go to this room that's got like $11,000 worth of gear in it. Obviously it's not going to be as good, and it wasn't last year, but they were trying to make a point. This year they didn't do that. They were all just like, we're bringing the heat, and they
Well,
brought it.
because they got to realize that this is, you said it right. You said this is not a consumer electronics show. This is a place where you bring it. This is a place where you bring the best of what you got, because this is basically your job interview, right? With all of these other businesses and companies and installers and integrators and stuff like that. These guys don't give a shit about, budget friendly, none of that. They want to see what you can do as a company. What can you do with audio and video? And if people are over here bringing their B, C, D, or E list game, they're not going to win.
Yeah.
This is the time. This is the time where you show the world what you have, like what you can do. And I respect Sony for bringing it. I wish. I really do wish there were more sound rooms and more stuff to do. Had I had more time, but I think for the time I had, there was more than I can bite off. But I don't know. Hopefully next year it'll be a bigger show. Hopefully.
Yeah, I wish it was over the weekend, so it was on Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, maybe it'll be bigger next year. We'll see. All right, so let's. I've got the map open, and let me see if I can share this map, and we can kind of walk through this real quick so people can see what's going on, and we can try to run through everything without it taking too long, because we could talk a very long time about this, but we're not gonna spend that much time. All right, so here's the map, and let me zoom out. So this is kind of the whole deal. And see this area back in the gray that used to have stuff, and then here on the left side, where there's that white space that used to have stuff too. So a little smaller. And then here are the sound rooms here on the right hand side that we just talked about. So we can go up. So let's do this like first little section here: Ring, Wall Smart, Kinetics, Quickset, Transient, Simplified Acoustics, Fluxen, GTR Simulator, High Goal, Bright Fault, and then what is that? Seymour Screens. I can't even read it; it's so small. Yeah, so Seymour Screens. So the only one that I really spent any time at there was Bond Home, and I did a video for those guys, and they make a device that lets you remote control shades and all kinds of crazy things using control systems. So good stuff there, but not sound room kind of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Did you hit any of the spots in there? Right on. Okay, moving on.
I think 4319 was probably your favorite.
Spec Op Secured Decipher.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, you did know what it was.
Oh, okay. I can't remember. But I really don't even know what the company is. I have no clue.
Just look at the logo real quick. Where did you see that logo?
I don't remember.
I'll tell you later.
All right, I don't know. So we got Aspire, WAC, Pulse 8, True Vision, L-Acoustic, Secure, a whole bunch of autonomous. So in here, I did a video for Aspire, and that's going to be coming out pretty soon. That's a lighting company. Really cool stuff. If you're into lighting, definitely have to check those guys out. And the rest of them, what is this? I did a video. Acoustic Smart. The gentleman that runs that company just released his book, Home Theaterology. So you might want to check that out. So I did a live stream with him not too long ago. But other than that, I really didn't see anything else inside of here. I didn't stop by the L-Acoustics this time. Anything for you in there, Mike?
Just the secure Spec Op.
Spec Op. All right. So you're a fan. I'm with you.
Huge fan.
Okay. Now we're going to do this section. So I did a video at TCL. You did a video at AWOL Vision.
Mm-hmm.
JTech I didn't see. Island Router I didn't see. And then Severson I didn't go to. Any comments on the AWOL Vision stuff?
Yeah, it was fantastic. They did a great job. TCL and AWOL Vision were two great scenario situations there. AWOL Vision had some really, really good. If you're into short throw projectors or LED walls, they I think they got it cornered over there. So, yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, and they're doing a LED wall now, AWOL Vision.
Yeah,
So that's kind of a new thing for them. They definitely are branching out. Now, if anybody who's listening, if you have questions, drop those in the comments as we go through this stuff, and we'll get those answered for you. TCL, their 115, 5,000 nits or whatever, just crazy. I mean, it's really, really crazy screen. And at one of these days, I'll get their 98-inch TV installed on my wall. It's still sitting in the garage there. All right, so dining smart stage.
I thought you had a Hisense.
No. Well, I've got a Hisense TV, but the screen, the 98 is a TCL. Hisense is doing the hundreds.
Nice.
Yeah. So here in this section, Hunter Douglas, Lucetta, Light Boss, Light-Handed Graber. Get bigger. No. I didn't go to any of these. Didn't go to any of these. No. The only one that I visited here was Vivid Storm. And I've known Vivid Storm for a long time now. They make screens, and they were one of the first ones to come out with the floor rising screen that comes out of the little box, And I really like the people at Vivid Storm. They're awesome. Vivid Storm's working a lot with Hisense now, which is really cool. And I'm going to do a review of the Hisense ultra short thread projector, the new 3 Pro, which is pretty sweet. And I'm going to do some review stuff for Vivid Storm in the future too, once I get all that stuff worked out. But that's the only spot I stopped by in that whole section. And I did do a video for Vivid Storm, and that'll be Vivid Storm / Hisense, a real short one, quick freebie forums, and that'll be coming out pretty soon. All right, now this big section, I did visit a number of people inside of here. Oops, there we go. Let's see what we got. If any of these call out or you have something to say, Mike, let me go. Facetto, Amplifier, ATI, Select Design, Kaleidoscape. Kaleidoscape's awesome. I use them all the time. Got their player. They have the new V.
Yeah, Kaleidoscape had an amazing LED wall.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting a lot of traction on that little short I posted on YouTube, but yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, Kaleidoscape. I'm happy they, brought their pricing down so that way, upper middle class can now afford it.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but
middle class and lower class cannot afford that yet. But yeah, it's honestly they're fantastic at what they do.
I'm trying to see other people. You stopped by 6.5 Audio, right?
Yeah, I did a video for 6.5 Audio, which was fantastic. They have some really cool outdoor stuff. Really nice stuff. I think I'm going to end up reviewing one of their small subwoofers that just look like it can do really a lot of damage. So I love it.
Nice. Awesome. Viking, Blue Eddy Power. They do like batteries. I stopped by Procella, and they've been around for a while, but not super well known, but they're going to have a big push now. They got some investment infusion going on. They've got great gear. They've got a cool center channel for LED walls. So big high-end cinema speaker company. So I'm excited to see Procella doing some more stuff in the market. All right, now let's see. Keep clicking on it.
Bath salts.
Bath salts. You filmed a video for a marketing company beside Basalt, but not at Basalt, and it wasn't Basalt. I didn't visit anybody in this section. Trinov's there, and they're one of my favorites, but I didn't get a chance to stop by with them. I didn't have a video scheduled with those guys, so wasn't able to go by. All right, Samsung. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff in here that I want to talk. Well, a couple of things. So I stopped by Samsung, saw all their stuff, did a short video for those guys. I love Samsung. If you come to my home, you're going to see Samsung everywhere. So good stuff there. But man, the Steinway Lingdorf booth, I've got no traction at all with those guys. I don't know any of the folks there, but I adore their gear.
Yeah, I've reviewed several of their products. Well, not Steinway, just Lingdorf. I've interviewed Peter Lingdorf on my channel. Great guy, great company, and their collaboration with Steinway is really impressive because they kind of they kind of do that form and function really well. So it's beautiful stuff to look at and really nice stuff to listen to. Yeah, Samsung. I passed through. You introduced me to your friend over there, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the the last of it for me. Um, I checked out Totem Acoustics, but I'm currently reviewing one of their speakers right now, so I kind of passed by, but I didn't really get a chance to. Oh my god, is that Cutco? Shut up.
What?
Zoom in. Zoom in. That's hilarious.
That's,
Cutco is still making it to the cons even in 2024, guys.
I
You
don't
know
even
what?
know what that is.
So Cutco is this knife company, right? That they used to have like the gimmicky stuff where they had the infomercials and they're not, oh, I can cut through a penny, like kind of thing.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it was funny because it was like this. I don't want to say like multi-level marketing, but it was one of those gimmicky things that you bought into kind of thing. But
Yeah,
I'm surprised that they're there unless this is something completely different. But I don't know if any other company would name themselves Cutco.
that's funny.
Savant is supposedly really popular. I didn't get a chance to go there because I didn't have any business there. Harman Luxury Audio
Savant
Group.
is very popular. You're right. They're a huge name. I didn't
Their
have
their,
any business with them either, though.
their booth was cranking the whole time. I saw
Yeah,
that. Harman Luxury Audio Group. I didn't have any business there, so I didn't stop by. But again, another heavy hitter.
yeah, and
Um,
they're owned by Samsung, so that's why they're side by side.
right. Massimo. Massimo had a huge booth last year, and this year they had this tiny little thing right there.
They
That,
had
that
an offsite demo room.
gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't
That
make it by there
explains
because I
that.
didn't have any business with them, but yeah.
Yeah, that explains that. I would love to talk to Massimo about some stuff, but I mean, I'd like to get through, the 9,000 things I have to do before that. JVC, uh, I'm sorry, projectors are not in my wheelhouse, so I didn't really have any business there. Same with Epson. Sony, you mentioned that was crazy. LG, I didn't have any business there, so I didn't stop by either.
Yeah, so for me, I went to Sony, I walked by LG. I wanted to go through a tour with them and I talked with them, but I couldn't fit it in. There just wasn't enough time. So I had to let that one go. Although I did get some B-roll, and I might post up a short at some point once I start processing through stuff. But I didn't get to stop by Epson. Epson's got a couple of great new projectors that just dropped. That was the big news for them this time. Sony had a couple of new the Bravia 8, Bravia 9 projectors just dropped. That was their big news. Massimo, I haven't cracked that nut, so I don't really talk with them very much. I don't know the people there, so not I don't know. And then JVC, I've never really known their people either, so I don't know. Okay, let's move on to this section right here.
Mhm.
Planar, Crestron, Digital Production, AudioQuest Golden Ear, Cedia, Cat, California Audio Technology, and Legrand. Any thoughts on any of that stuff from you, Mike?
Cat had a really, really cool setup in 2019 at the Cedia, my first Cedia when I went with you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this year it was a small little setup. I didn't really nothing to report, but that's yeah, I didn't really mess with any of those brands right there.
Right. So for me, the only one, so I took a look at Planar. They always have huge, beautiful LED walls, and I love that stuff. And didn't have any business with them, so I didn't talk to anybody. Uh, I did stop by Legrand because I'm looking for a TV mount, and I'm probably going to do a Sanus mount. So, Legrand does a whole bunch of brands, and they have Chief, they have Sanus. So I'm probably going to do their Sanus mount that will support up to a 140-inch TV. Not that I'll ever have a 140-inch TV, but it'll handle the little 98 just fine. So I'm looking forward to that one. But I didn't go to any of the others.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Now this square here: Snap One, Lutron, Arlington, Datacom, Black Nova, 2N. Eliki. What is that? Eki. That's a horrible name. Eki. Vanco Acoustic Innovations. I don't think I stopped at any of those. Yeah, I didn't
Nope.
stop at any of those. What about you, Mike? Anything there?
Keep cruising.
All right. Now, Furion, Soundavo, Ice, Barco, Residential, Rise, Insolroll, Lucifer Lighting, Holovision, Akuvox, Power Shades, Dynaudio, Cinematech, Letters, Somfy, Screen It, Innovations, Origin, and Wisdom. And then Zeus, Deep Sentinel, and what is that?
Yeah, I had a video with Wisdom, and
Nice.
of course, Origin Acoustics is one of those things where you can't not stop by and say hi to Jiles and company. Yeah, Origin Acoustics was probably one of the coolest booths in the whole place. Not really my wheelhouse as far as like things I review or things I would even use in my apartment home, but I thought it was a badass booth. So good job, Gillesco.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom Audio, of course. Ron Rouse, marketing director, great guy. I did a video with them and did some video work for them. Their stuff is phenomenal. It's good stuff. It's stuff for a little bit of everything. So, yeah, man, that was a good little quadrant there.
Yeah, so I stopped by Origin as well, and they couple of ladies work for Origin that I've been friends with a long time. Jill's one of them, right? And Roberto, Miss.
No, Roberta. Was it Roberta?
Yeah, Roberta. Yeah, Miss Roberta. Both of them are just amazing. Origin, I've not done any review content for them, but I talked to Jill about it and I let her know, like, hey, I'm down. Of course, I'm like you, got like 9,000 things in the way, but I would love to do some stuff with them. One thing I did see missing, I think Velodyne has been at the Origin booth in the past, and they were not there this year, so I don't know if they're still reselling Velodyne or not. Then the one booth in here I didn't get to that I really wanted to get to was Power Shades. So they're my go-to company for window shades, and they have great people. Awesome. I saw one of the guys in passing and said hi and talked for a minute, and I was like, yeah, I'll get up there. And I didn't get up there, and I feel bad about it. But good stuff. I mean, if you're looking for shades, Power Shades.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Power Shades by Power
Next
Shades.
quadrant of everything.
All right. So we got Stealth Pro Audio technology, structured monitor audio, fiber optics technology, MP Lithe. I keep clicking. Xscape Schlag. I can't read. Cable organizer, Benner Newman Furry Kid. What?
Whatever.
Oh, Sofa Baton is Furry Kid technology. That's weird. Amp Genie Magnetar, Hominy, Joner, Ducato, Next Home, the SVS, Earthquake. That's funny. The SVS and Earthquake are beside each other. LBI vertical cable.
I think they did that.
Yeah.
Strategically.
Yeah, just so that all the bases over there.
The noisemakers in one area next to the food court, which is perfect.
Yeah, I had some action up in this corner, but go ahead and do yours first.
Well, OSD had some cool stuff. I cruised by there. They always have like pretty cool stuff. Monitor Audio is just like a showroom for the rich over there. Some beautiful stuff, but out of my wheelhouse there. SVS, great guys, great products. I'm excited to see their 17-inch sub coming out. Something you've been pining over for quite some time. And their room was pretty cool. I liked their room. They were playing some pretty cool hip hop rap music when I walked in there, and I was like, yeah, I was jamming out. Earthquake was ridiculous, man. They had these you would know the name of the freaking thing. Not actuators, like exciters or some thing looks like a turbocharger, right? Looks like a little like a alternator. You put it on. They put it on
your seat.
No, they put it on a platform and they had you stand on it. Dude, it literally shook the soul out of my body.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I asked him to stop. I was like, dude, this feels almost uncomfortable. Like, but it was just that much power coming out of like this machine, you know. Um, not even I don't know how they did it. They're magicians with bass over there. Earthquake's ridiculous, dude. It's like Earthquake is like the dorm room college kids wet dream of bass. Like that's what you want to use to like really annoy your neighbors. um SVS obviously is a little bit more serious about their bass, but yeah, I mean both were entertaining to say the least.
That's cool. Yeah. So for me in this area, I did a video for SVS, and that one I've already edited and posted. So I've got that one up. That's the first one that's live from all of my content that I've been working on. And I've done the Sony video too, but I have to wait for them to give me approval that I didn't do anything stupid. I think it'll pass with flying colors. It's pretty good. I also did a video for Lithe Audio, and Lithe Audio makes as close to wireless in-wall speakers as you can get. So it's like the speaker's got everything. It's like a powered speaker, like bookshelf speaker, but in the wall. So it's got all the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and the DAC and amplifier and everything built in, right? So it's kind of sweet, right? So and you can mount it up in your ceiling or whatever. So that's really cool. And then what else? Those were the two in this section that I made it by. Yeah, I didn't go anywhere else. I saw OSD, but I didn't make it by there. Yeah, I would like to have talked to the Magnetar folks. I did a review for their 800 series model a year ago or a year and a half or something. They make Blu-ray players. And then I would like to have stopped by Sofa Baton, but I didn't get a chance to. I'm going to do a review on their new remote control here pretty soon. But I didn't get to stop by. All right, let's go over here. Oh, we're almost at the end. See how small it is this time? So we'll just do the whole extra set. So Mirage, Paradigm, Arvolution, Bad Dog, Amped, Homeowners, Revox, Allegra Analog, Salvox, King Bee,
I
Hi-Fi
like that
Vibe,
hi-fi
Louis.
vibe. That's pretty cool. What is that?
Hi-Fi Vibe is like butt shakers, butt kickers. So it's like they make things that
Bro,
it's like the thing you just talked
how do
about.
you know what everything is? That's my
Well, I've just been lucky. There are a lot that I don't know, but you've asked about the ones that I happen to. I almost did a video for Hi-Fi Vibe, but they're like a little startup in the launch pad, and I don't think they've got very much cash. But cool technology. But they used to be like in like healthcare, like using vibrations for healthcare purposes, and now they're like, oh, we'll just use our technology for audio now, for like bass shakers and stuff. I think.
yeah.
So for this section, for me, I stopped by Arvolution, and they have 3 brands right in that booth. They had Bridgie, Arvolution, and Mag Theatron.
I did a video for good old Bridgie.
Right on. Yeah, I did one for like the whole set. And then outside of that, I think that was the only one I stopped by. Am I missing anybody?
I think Paradigm I walked through. But that was about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't stop at Paradigm. I didn't have any business there.
Yeah, I don't know anybody at Paradigm. I never talked to them about anything. So yeah, they're not like in my world.
No,
that makes
they're not
sense.
in my wheelhouse either.
All right. This next section.
No, if any of you want to get in my wheelhouse, then you gotta come talk to the master.
Yeah, our wheelhouses are open.
Yeah. The door to the wheelhouse is open. It's just whether you want to step inside my world is what you need to figure out.
Yeah.
Netgear, that's funny. I didn't even notice they were there.
Yeah. So CC, that's the unfolding TV. That's for like that's big.
Oh my god, Magna Audio, dude. The hell was CC? Dude, Magna Audio is
They were
insane.
ballers. I did a video for those guys.
You did?
I did, dude. And you heard the big subwoofer thing on the backside, the big casket looking.
Yeah, dude, it looked like one of those huge like barbecue island looking things, right?
Yeah.
And there was this bass coming out of that thing. No rattle, no nothing. Just sweet bass. Honestly, if I had a house with like a pool area and you know, a house, like a really nice house, Magna Audio would be my choice, dude.
Yeah,
I would go
dude,
with
I've
that.
got Magna Audio in my backyard right now.
Those little sticks you put up, little mushroom looking things.
The poly, the bollard, it's it's like this big around at the top, and then it's got a subwoofer
Dude,
that you bury.
you need to go ahead and dig out a pool in that sucker. You got the space
Dude,
for it.
no, I do not have space for a pool. I wish I did. I live in a little freaking
Maybe a
tract
nice
home.
jacuzzi then, a really badass jacuzzi, like even a above ground jacuzzi would be sick over there.
No,
Come
I can't.
on, man.
Dude,
You're
it's
getting
Colorado.
older. You need hot water for your joints.
I'll just take vacations to places with jacuzzis.
That works too.
That's my plan. That's my plan. All right. So in this section though, let's see. Magna, that was a must see for me. I mean, that demo,
Dude,
dude.
honestly, I would have passed by it. Okay, so for the people that are seeing this map, I'm trying to use my hand to show you. For the people that are seeing this map, that wall that you see in between like Magna Audio, CC'd, and all those others,
Oh yeah, this
and
thing.
then where progressive screens and all that's at, that's not even a wall, it's a walkway, but
Yeah,
that
that's a pad.
walkway is really, really to the left, to where you literally have to know what's going on over there to even go over there. Luckily, I was on a freaking escapade looking for I was looking for Bridgie, and I was passing by. I think I cut right over where it says Project X. I cut right over there from coming from the rest of the civilization, and I went up, and I was probably at about House when I just heard this crazy bass, and I'm like, what in the hell is that? And I literally had to look for Magna, but I literally just followed the sound, and I found Magna. I hope Magna next year goes somewhere with a little bit more foot traffic, because honestly, that area over there was less traveled for sure. And I think they deserve to be front and center, to be honest, because their setup was just phenomenal. Unless they were just noisemakers and disruptors, and they just wanted to move them to the left for
That
that
might have been it
reason.
because it was crazy
But at the
loud.
same time, Origin Acoustics was in the center heart of the whole place, and they were the loudest ones in the show. So I don't know, man. I think Magna Audio is definitely a brand to look at in the
Yeah,
future.
and their gear is beautiful. I mean, it's good.
Go down, go down.
Well,
Oh,
hang on. I got to finish this section first.
did we not do these?
No. So,
Dude, they had massage chairs, and I was over there, bullshitting. I should have gone to the massage
yeah,
chair
I
place.
saw 'em. I saw people all laid out enjoying them. So I did a video for Magna. I did a video for Project 360, and this is a software company, and they do software for CIs. So if you need software for CI, check out that video. Then Arizona Jet Built. Speaker Snap's cool. I don't have any business with them, but I have a box of their stuff here that I bought with my own money to use. And I know it's banana plugs that snap onto your wire. So you don't have to go through all the crap of connecting your banana plugs. You just strip your wire, jam it in, clip it, and you're done. It's really awesome. I love it. Emotiva.
You should do a infomercial, like the slap chop for Speaker
That's
Snap.
right.
Speaker Snap.
You need to get your speaker wires done fast. Speaker Snap for the speed you need.
I purposefully did not go to Emotiva only because I want so much of their stuff that I would have been over there geeking out for probably a good long while. I think Emotiva is a great negotiation within yourself for budget audio. I think they're probably one of the more well-known budget audio brands.
Right.
I wish I would have had time to go geek out with them. I really did, but they're a brand I'd like to talk to in the future about possibly doing some collaborating or anything like that. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I wish I knew
they've
too,
been
but I don't.
eluding me since the inception of my channel. So their days are numbered, and they will join the wheelhouse. I don't care what they say.
Nice.
Dude, look, Dynamat.
Remember those guys?
Yeah, they're still a thing. Dude, a lot of these brands were like not around, and now they're still a thing. Go down.
Yeah, let's go to the next section.
Are we done with that?
No, yeah, we're done with that. Hang on, I gotta find a spot where I can click. Okay, let's do this this section right here. All right, so we got Everlight's laundry jet. Laundry jet is like tubes you put in your wall, and it's like a big vacuum cleaner for dirty clothes. And it
What?
sucks them through your house walls. Yeah,
Shut
laundry
up.
jet.
Like a
It's like the in-wall vacuum cleaner. It's like a garbage disposal for your laundry. You just in your bedroom, you just shove it into the hole
those
and
are
it
for
goes.
some really lazy mother truckers, man. Honestly, like you got to be lazy to be used. Lazy or rich, one of the two.
Both. So Domots, Bloomsbury, Future, Ember, Digital, cool. Nationwide Marketing, Televic, Auto, Electronics, Jellyfish. Jellyfish lighting is cool. It's like Christmas lights that you can just turn on and off, and they stay on your house all year long.
Oh, that's cool.
Oleo, Router Box, blah 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 blah. TP Link, big one. Wellness, I don't know any of this stuff. Abson makes really wonderful LED walls, but they had a little tiny booth. Skyworth, I did a video for Skyworth. They make TVs. They're like one of the biggest players internationally on TV production, but they have very little business in the USA. They make great TVs, and I hope to see more from them. They're entering the market again with their outdoor TV stuff and their art screens. Aurora Multimedia, yeah, that's and then Canto Mountains down there. Skyworth is the only one that I stopped by in this section.
I think for next year, I'm going to manage my time a lot better. I think this year I was just in such a hurry, and I had so many clients.
Dude, it's not going to get better next year.
Honestly, I didn't know how long these things were going to take, right? These videos we were doing. So I didn't know how long they were going to take. I didn't know what was going on. So for me, next year it's going to be quality over quantity, if that makes any sense. Not that the brands weren't quality, that just the I'm going to do less for more, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give myself some time to actually go talk to a lot of these brands that I feel not only should be should be mentioned, and should we should know more about them, because I mean obviously we've scrolled through dozens and dozens that we didn't even have time to go. We didn't know what they have. We don't know who they are. Yeah. So I'd like to get a little bit better, well versed. And what I'm going to do from this moment until the next show next year is I'm going to reach out to all these brands and kind of see what they got, see what they're all about. And, hopefully in a year's time, I'll hit them all. And, and hopefully, like I said, next year, for me at least, it'll be better organized. You, my friend, you didn't have enough time in the day, to be honest.
Yeah, I would love to have had more time in the day, particularly if I could have eaten lunch.
But yeah, you love lunch.
I do love lunch. And I need to get that really good email list for all the different companies too. I don't have it, right. I think I have emails for maybe 25% of all these companies, and that's a problem. We to get them in our wheelhouse, we got to be able to say hi. And if we don't have time to go see them in person, which we don't anymore, email is going to be my go-to.
Yeah.
There was I thought there was one more I wanted to mention here. Oh, Canto. No, I have a Canto mount, but I didn't stop by. I did look inside as I was passing by because I do need a mount, but that was it. Skyworth. All right, let's go down and do this last corner. And you know what? I've missed some booths that I went to. Like I went to Flytech Computers. I did a video for them, and I didn't talk. I don't know. Maybe I skipped it by accident somehow. But there's places that I went that we didn't talk about. All right. I should have went to M&K. I love M&K, but I didn't get by M&K. Sorry, M&K. iMecca.
Giles, I didn't even know they were there.
Yeah, dude, they were in the farthest bottom
furthest left corner of the whole place. Yeah. Like,
you got to really want to go see them over there.
Yeah,
because they're not going to get any foot traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Soundtube, because they were like on the other side of this little walkway, right? That nobody I think it was a bad booth spot. IC, DMF, Ergo. Yeah, I didn't visit anybody down here. Oh, and KRA, Good, Future Automation. Yeah, I didn't visit anyone. Nothing. Yeah. Well, I think that's everything. So the one that I did go to over here and do the video somewhere over here. Let me see if I can find it. They were right by Ubiquity. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, so we skipped this whole section right here. Maybe did we skip a whole line? Maybe. Yeah, we skipped a whole line. We skipped this whole section right here.
I was hoping you weren't going to notice.
Did you notice it?
No, I didn't. I know I did notice that we didn't see.
Oh, we went over and then I went over like this. And I didn't go back down. So this is I skipped this. So we'll do these. So Blackwire. I wanted to go to Ultimia. They have a cool stuff, but I didn't get by there. I did a video for Flytech. They're kind of like a Ubiquity distributor for North and Latin America. Yamaha invited me to stop by. I didn't get a chance to stop by, unfortunately.
Dayton Audio, I stopped by, listened to their stuff, fell in love with a pair of their speakers, and now I'm going to review some here soon.
Dude, I've got the Dayton Audio M6s on my desk right now.
Oh, nice.
They're great.
Yeah, I'm doing their flagship one that they had on display. I'm just gonna honestly, they're probably gonna end up on my desktop, to be honest. So
yeah, those are passives, right?
Correct.
Yeah, they looked cool. I still have to do the video review for these, but I'm only gonna have glowing things to say about these, and they're probably don't sound as good as the ones that you're gonna do, but I like these because they're they're fully powered, and I just plug them in. Don't need anything else
for sure.
But yeah, their Flytech is only. I stopped by Ubiquity. I tried to talk to a guy, but they were so busy. I just walked away eventually. Emerson,
which is funny. It was funny to see that brand there, and it is the Emerson everybody's thinking of. NAD. I really want them, but they're PR company, I think, is out of Canada or something, and I can't seem to get that right.
Get traction.
So I can't wheelhouse again. Like this, they purposefully don't want to play in my wheelhouse. So, which is fine. NAD will, it will happen, just not right now. Ava or AVA, I don't know how
to say it either.
Ava, AVA. Either way, I'm going after one of their remotes because the remotes look really, really sick. I love them. Just Video Walls. I thought you had something going on with them.
So I did a video for them, but it was a freebie. So it'll probably get edited last. But I did one last year, another freebie, and I did like 500,000 views. It was huge video. And
it wasn't really a freebie. It was a freebie for them, but for you, it meant something.
Well, yeah, I made like $3,000 off the YouTube or something, right? But nice. But I think I like to think of myself as the person who kept that company in business with that video, pumping leads to them that I got 0%.
Which is surprising that they didn't jump on you coming out and.
Oh, they didn't. Yeah, no, they don't. No, they didn't. No. I'm happy to make the video for them. I hope it does well. But yeah, they didn't kick down anything. But great people at Just Video Walls and great technology, and they're coming out with a new model called Lunar Walls, which is a lower price version of their wall. And to be fair, their stuff is really it's expensive, it's higher end, but beautiful stuff. But I did stop by and talk to the guys, and I'm going to do a full video for them, just because that's my thing, man. I love that video wall technology. It's really cool.
Sonos was pretty cool. They were giving away free hats. I was happy about that.
Yeah, if you're bold, they were. Yeah, if you're bold.
I got you a free hat.
You did. I appreciate that. To talk about the remotes, I do have an Ava remote on loan from a dealer right now that I'm going to do a review on that I've had for a while. So if you're watching, I apologize. It's taking me a while to get to it, but I did the unboxing. So the first step's there. Now we can activate it and get it going. It's been slow. Oops. So let's move down. So Sonos, I didn't stop by other than to pick up that hat with you.
Yeah.
Sonance. Draper Sound Vision. Sound Vision is cool. They're a group of good folks. They have True Audio. They have Alta Networking. And
does that say Walmart? Oh, Wall Smart.
Wall Smart. Walmart. Would it be crazy if Walmart was here?
Yeah.
It does actually say Walmart, but with an extra S. And an extra L.
I think it's all she wrote, big guy.
Yeah. So that brings us to the end. I a wonderful show. All in all, got to talk with a bunch of old friends, make some new ones. All the brands I had a really great time talking to, and it was good to see Mike there and work with Mike on a couple pieces of content and stuff. So that was pretty sweet too.
Yeah, man. We have been. I'm really antisocial these days, dude. I really don't go out much. Um, I don't know. I like being at home. I'm a homebody.
Well,
But
dude, can you show off your desktop setup in there at all with your camera? Should we spin
it's
it
the
around?
camera's mounted, dude. You don't want to. I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, dude, you got such a sweet setup in there.
Not behind me. Behind me is dog shit. So behind me, I need to fix. I need to fix behind. I do have a really nice $800 listening chair now, right there, from Scandinavian Design. I went all freaking crazy on that, but dude, it's the most comfortable thing you'll ever sit in.
That's awesome.
And I have just a mess over here and a mess behind me, but
Dude,
yeah.
you can see behind me. I got a hula hoop in the front of a I don't know what elliptical.
That's your fitness room / office. So
Dude,
that's at
it's
least
listening room, fitness room, office. Dude, on the top of my 2-channel rack, I've got a HP printer holding the top shelf down. Yeah,
blows my mind that you have a HP printer on your hi-fi rack.
dude, it's holding out. I don't have a record player, so might as well, right? And then books back there.
You do have a record player, though. I thought
I did have a record player. I do not have one anymore. No way to play vinyl here whatsoever. Nothing. And only one piece of vinyl.
Man,
So
I bet there's audio files everywhere. Just unsubscribing from your channel.
No, I'm still down with the CDs, man.
Of course, it's the way to do it.
That's the way to be, right? And dude, I have a new CD player I want you to check out.
I know I'm gonna punch you in the face because I've been talking to them about getting that son of a dude. That made me so mad when I saw it over there. I'm like, dude, you're gonna overlook the guy that's been sucking the teat of CDs for the last 3 years. Come on.
You can come look at it anytime you want to.
Oh no, I'm gonna get my own. Believe me.
Get it.
If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna get my own.
I mean,
it looks cool, and I'm sure it works fine. But what I have here now, like I said, 9,000 things to do.
Dude, and the top comes off like the whole thing. It's like you take it out and put the disc and put it in. It's really cool.
I hate those people. I punch them in the face. I swear to God.
It's so good.
But no, yeah, I'm excited. I got lots of cool stuff coming up. I just have to get to it. I have to get these reviews done. I have so much to do as far as reviews go. I have a new channel coming out in a month that's going to be completely different. It's going to have camera stuff, desktop setup stuff, everyday carry stuff, tech stuff. So for basically the people that don't like audio can go over there and play and have fun. I might sprinkle a little bit of audio in there, but it has to be like desktop related, or
dude, headphone stuff,
or maybe headphone. Yeah, I was going to say maybe that might be a good space for
headphones,
earbuds, and maybe like media players, like little handhelds. I'm honestly still working on my where is this garbage? Hold on, here we go. I'm honestly still working. It's in pieces still. Shit. On my and I don't think it'll ever be done or work, but it's my iPod. It's like the year that all the audio files think is really good. I got a custom thing in there with a SSD in it. The board is bad on it. I replaced the screen, replaced the hard drive, replaced the battery, and the last thing that goes out is the board. So it turns on, I just don't get any sound. It sucks. So I got to replace the board now. It's one of those things where I am 10 seconds away from just saying no more money towards that stupid project, and do not use an iPod in 2024. Get yourself a better handheld device, or just use your phone.
Just use your cell phone
and call it a day.
Use your cell phone. It's fine. It's awesome. It's totally good.
The thing is, I mean, I understand people like to disconnect from life, and that's why they want to use an iPod. There's better ways to do it. The iPods do not have. iPods are meant to play MP3s, right? MP3s are a very archaic way of listening to music. It doesn't sound good. It never sounded good. Just stop. Stop using iPods. Jesus Christ. It's half of this anger is because I had so much trouble with it, but the other half is just I just realized, dude, yeah, I get it. You guys, this new subculture of, analog this, disconnect that, simple this, dumb that. I get it. I get it. But don't hurt your ears like that. Use your cell phone. Your cell phone will provide 20x better sound than an iPod. Believe me.
Dude, so do a shout out for all your channel names so you can request those
Not
extra
yet.
subscribers.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
I'm slowly building that. If you do want to check my stuff out, go to Audio Architects. That went back to Audio Architects. I am Audio Architects again. And I'm going to be Audio Architects for the duration of that channel's life until I either get kicked off of YouTube or I stop doing this. One may come before the other. Definitely go to Audio Architects because that's where I will be releasing all my information in phases. That way I give myself some time in between. So I don't want you guys to go, subscribe to my new stuff and me take forever to start posting on there. I want everything to happen organically. So like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before my launch, I'll let everybody know on Audio Architects, hey, this is what's happening. Go over there, subscribe, support, and we'll do it that way. So if you do like camera gear, tech stuff, desktop setup stuff, it's coming. It's coming. The Instagram's already there. The X is there. The only thing missing is the YouTube. And to be honest, Giles, I have had better luck with X than I have with Instagram. Instagram's algorithm is completely it's funny because you and I started our Instagrams around the same time and we grew exponentially together. Should have we grown? Probably not, but we did eat nevertheless. And what I found funny was we're at this level on Instagram, 100,000 plus followers, subscribers, whatever you want to call them. I started from scratch, a brand new Instagram. I am having more, and I'm doing just my content, my photography, my pictures, my stuff, as opposed to reposting that's how I started the Audio Architects Instagram back in the day. The Audio Architects Instagram grew quickly. This channel is growing so slowly. I've been stuck at like 28 followers for a week. So I don't know what some of these like people are doing that say, 1,000 followers and 30 days. Dude, the algorithm is all screwed up. Instagram's all screwed up. Twitter, whatever. I mean, I got 10 more followers on Twitter than Instagram. So I think they're both a slow roll.
Right.
But I think we're reaching a point in social media where everything is very confused. There's no like remember back when we were first starting this out, everybody was like, Mike, how do you do it? And I could tell them, hey, this is the blueprint. This is what I did.
Yeah.
These are the hashtags I used. This is the way I did it. This is how I structured it. I couldn't tell you right now. I'm in the business of social media. And I'll be honest, it's like 80 to 90% luck. Honestly. 90% luck. You go on there, you post something, it becomes viral, you win. That's it.
Yeah.
That's my advice for anybody doing social media, any brands out there, any businesses out there doing social media. Don't feel bad that your stuff's not growing. I'm a professional social media person and I can't get my own content to grow. It's not my fault. I'm posting 10 out of 10 pictures. Beautiful, gorgeous videos, everything. I haven't gotten lucky yet. The second I get lucky and Instagram picks up it's going to be one of the videos because let's be honest, they don't push photography anymore. This is not a photography landscape. They find one of the videos, they push it, it gets 1 million views. That's the same song and dance that we've seen with many other creators. You get to, your tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of followers, and that's it. That's the way to do it. I don't waste any more time, dude. Tripping out over, oh no, followers. I'm good. YouTube is still somewhat normal. I think the shorts thing is pretty cool. I think the YouTube thing is pretty cool. I think you and I are doing great on YouTube. I have no plans of thwarting my efforts on Audio Architects. I think Audio Architects is going to grow actually quite nicely this coming year. I think it's going to have a really solid end of year, and I think it's going to have a really good 2025 because I'm putting a lot of effort into it. I'm going to be putting effort into both projects, but it's going to get to the point where this has to be it. This is the time. Now is the time. So, what about you, Jiles? You tell me. Will you tell me how you're finding your social media adventures over there?
No, I'm having a good time. For me, I grow the relationships with brands and do as much work as I can. So, I think you're on point with a lot of the things you said. It's not like it used to be, for sure. The world changes, and that's the one constant with social media, right? It will continue to change. Social media has their own agenda, right? The companies, and they're competing with each other, right? And they'll do what they want to do to whatever they think will make them be more competitive. And we live in their world, right?
The funny thing is, well, the upsetting thing is that I really liked Instagram when it was geared towards photography. I think that was what was special, endearing, enchanting about the site, that there was no other site aside from Tumblr, which Instagram kind of gave the fatal blow to Tumblr, and it became like the premier place for pictures. And now it's just like a regurgitated TikTok, and TikTok. Hey, I have nothing wrong to say about TikTok because TikTok started as a video platform. It does what it does, and it does it well, really well. TikTok was to videos what Instagram was to pictures. But now you got Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube pining over those 3 to 6 seconds of video time for money, obviously. I mean, who can blame them? But it just kind of left a really big black hole gap in the industry as far as photography goes. There's a lot of photographers out there. There's a lot of people that just are casual people with their phones and that want to post up a nice looking picture that they took. And now they really have no platform to do it. That's it. That's all I got to say. I'm done. Could you tell I haven't talked in a while to anybody?
Yeah, I know. It went from let's talk about Cedia to Mike's monologue on the state of social media.
I love it.
It's all good.
Well, it's something that we got to talk about because you and I are in the business. We're in the business of social media, and maybe that's a conversation we can have another time too.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Because I think a lot of people starting out might get discouraged that they're not having any luck on social media, and it's not them. It's not them. It's just the will of the gods.
Yeah, and it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? People got to understand when they start this, they're not starting to get instant success because that's rare.
Dude, it used to be a sprint. If you knew how to do it right, you could finesse that algorithm so hard. You can get where you need to be in 3 to 6 months.
Dude, that it was never like that for me. So obviously, I didn't finesse the right way. This is a year's long.
No, but you grew fast though. You can't say that. You grew overnight just like I did when it comes to Instagram. I mean, YouTube was a definitely a marathon for sure. YouTube still is a marathon. I'm like not even
going to be. Yeah,
I'm not even halfway there.
You had to start YouTube 10 years ago to make it big.
100%. Had we started 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, we'd be sitting in a place that's much different than right now. But I really like the audience we've built. I think the audience we have is really, really good, and they're supportive, and everything's good. I think it's just
YouTube is my platform. The rest, everything else is ancillary to it. The Instagrams and the TikToks and Facebooks. It's primarily YouTube. Although I've grown a lot on Facebook over the last 2 months. I went from I 10x'd on Facebook went from like 1,000 to 10,000.
And what?
Facebook on my page.
For what?
For Facebook, my Facebook page.
No. For what page?
Giles
You have
McCoy.
like 9,000 pages.
Oh no, those are groups.
Oh, your actual like page.
My page, not my personal profile, but you can make brand pages. So
Okay.
my
No,
social
yeah.
media Giles McCoy brand page went from
Your groups are doing
$1,000
quite well too, though.
Yeah, I've now that I can manage them all again, I've got like across all my groups, north of 100,000 people across all the groups. It's a bunch of groups, but
See, I've kind of taken a break from Facebook for a while, but maybe it's time to go take a look at it again, and see what's there.
yeah,
See what's there. 'Cause for a while there, Facebook kind of fizzled out for a lot of things. But yeah, maybe I'll revisit it and join you in your revelry.
yeah, my biggest group is like low 30,000 members, and that's the SVS group. So yeah, it's not bad. And I just dropped that SVS video earlier today, and it's chugging along. So if anybody's still watching, they're a handful of. I think most folks once we got on social media, they were like, "See ya, peace out." But if anybody's left, go check out the social media, the SVS subwoofer video, where we talk about the new PB17. Exciting stuff. They haven't released a new big subwoofer in over 10 years.
I think their stuff is cool, man.
Yeah, it is super cool. Super cool. All right. And in the vein of being super cool, I think we've reached the end.
I think
Everybody out there, remember, if you're not subscribed to both of us, now's your time to do it. Push the button, click the subscribe. Mike, where do they go? At Audio Architects?
Yeah, just Audio Architects. I'm the only one on YouTube, so just put in Audio Architects. Architects spelled funny.
It's spelled
Lucky, I'm lucky I kept that. I'm lucky I kept that handle.
Yeah, you are. Never let it go. Just move it around.
All right, big guy.
All right. Take care. Thanks for coming on the show, Mike. I appreciate it. We should do this more often. Everybody else out there, like I said, like, subscribe, ring the bell.
Don't you have a Tuesday show coming up?
I do. I got it all booked up right now, though, so we'll have to figure it out.
I'm not inviting myself. I just want to know who you have on.
I don't remember the company. So you're putting me on the spot, and I don't remember. So I'll figure it out.
Yeah, first do social media.
Now I'll get the invite.
Now I'm gonna start doing a rant on Giles over here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I love you, Giles. Man, I had a lot of fun with you, brother. I think Cedia was a lot of fun. I think it's one of those things that I'm getting it down. It's just got to take one more year. I think I'll get it down. But
keep plugging.
I think it's grown so much since 2019. So I remember in 2019 it was nowhere near as big. Jesus.
What, social media?
No.
Oh, your channel?
Cedia.
Oh, Cedia? I can't remember. That's like 5 years ago. But it's not even in my head anymore. It's in and out and gone.
All right, big guy. I'm out of here.
All right. Take care, buddy. We'll see you in the next one.
Later.